Hey everyone, some drivers couldn't care less about protesters or their demands, which sometimes leads to situations like this. In March 2024, there were protests in Georgia against a law targeting NGOs. This brave woman stood as an example of true resilience. She kept waving the EU flag even though the police used water cannons. And shortly after, other protesters came to her aid.
On a motorcycle plowed through a group of protesters in San Francisco this afternoon. A couple dozen people were staging a die-in near the federal building to protest the federal health care bill. The protester tells us they had been lying in the intersection for about 7 minutes when the man drove his red BMW motorcycle through the crowd.
If you ever need to make a dramatic getaway, take notes. This truck got targeted. Its tires were slashed. And yet it still managed to leave in style. It's rather ironic that vehicles end up using more fuel in situations like these. This was the moment an NYPD car plowed into a group of protesters in Brooklyn. The cops' excuse? There were flames on the vehicle.
Into a large group. The law enforcement official commenting on this says the officer hit the gas after realizing a flaming bag was on top of the vehicle. Mayor de Blasio later saying police were surrounded and had to get away, but that he also found this video troubling. It's not known yet if there were any.
Farmers on tractors rolling straight up to EU headquarters. That's a power move.
You're right. It's gone over a foot. Are you okay? It's gone over a foot.
Take his registration, AJ09 UNH.
I'm hoping, I'm very...
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Back in 2017, in Hamburg, the G20 summit triggered mass protests, but not even tear gas scared some of the protesters like this girl. And this guy, he wasn't fazed by the strong water stream the police used to try and knock him down. Did you really expect a dude driving a car with pimped out pink rims to stop for a protest? you'd have had much better chances. Just look at how effective the mounted police unit is during riots, like after this suspended soccer match. Folks don't hesitate to drive through a crowd of protesters because they think they'll never catch up. But when the protesters have a car of their own, it's game over, dude.
A group of people in a truck eventually catch up. They surround his car and try to grab him. The group then starts hitting his car with skateboards and bikes. That driver then takes off again, but is eventually stopped by police and taken into custody. Right now, it's unclear if any of those protesters were hurt.
Sidewalk and into a group of protesters on bikes. It happened last night near Brooklyn Avenue and St. John's Place in Crown Heights. A 24-year-old cyclist suffered ankle injuries. Police say the 44-year-old driver was taken into custody a short time later. Charges are pending against the man.
Protesters blocked the road, but the driver's patience ran out quickly, turning into a brawl. Well, if your goal is to make people hate your cause, blocking them from getting to work or home is definitely the way to do it. The driver needed to get to the hospital, but no one could convince the protesters to let him through. Fight, flight, or freeze. Generally, you'd pick one. The dudes in this car chose all of the above. Cars got stuck on the road after activists blocked access to a festival, but the police quickly restored order and did it in epic fashion. A driver 2017 Virginia. What started as a protest quickly turned into a blockbuster. Just imagine how hard the impact was. Just look at that bumper when he's reversing. Nothing stands between a determined father and his destination. During this protest, someone took it out on a driver whose plate read, "Blue Lives Matter."
Chilling. I wanted to go home. The guy came, he started stalking me, right? I came out the car, and then he started backing out and started running away. And then he said that the only reason he punched me because I have the Blue Lives Matter page, right?
One thing you should never do, stand in the way of a French guy on his way to the nearest croissant spot. This is from January 2024 in New York. A driver tries to make their way through demonstrators, breaking through bicycles and people's bags. Thankfully, no one got hurt. This was...
We got it.
This was the moment drivers took matters into their own hands, pulling climate activists off the road during one of the largest blockades to hit the streets of Berlin. Again. gas station was blocked by people protesting a shooting that happened the day before. They formed a human chain, and while most drivers just drove by, this one stopped and engaged with them.
Today, as protesters tried to block access to the gas station where Pellerin was killed. Now, luckily, no one was injured during that encounter right there, but it did lead.
Here's the moment a car tried to get through amidst a deportation protest in Los Angeles. This is Climate Defenders March angered drivers, and honestly, I get why. Extremist supporters and protesters are a recipe for disaster, and that's exactly what unfolded here in Portland, Oregon, when the two sides clashed. Climbing onto a moving vehicle isn't the best way to catch a ride. What's worse is doing it during a protest. A trucker found himself blocked by protesters, but instead
the crowd right now. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
In the Balkans, it's the tractors hitting the gas pedal. Here's another stubborn driver, but at least no one got hurt. But instead of stopping him, the police showed up and helped fold his ramp. Efficiency at its finest.
People are running towards the trailer.
A fuel truck driver thought he could push through the protest, but things didn't go as planned.
Whoa! Whoa! Bitch! Oh my God, what just happened?
To some people, there's always a second route. Just look at...
That woman did run into me with the car, and she was just kind of continuously running into me with it. And then the guy, of course, did come and shove me into it.
They were protesting oil at a Formula E event. That's right, Formula Electric. Somebody please explain the irony to them. Just look at the scale of the protest that took place on the streets of Los Angeles in 2020, following the police-related death of George Floyd. Protesters rallied against a new youth jail, but local commuters, let's just say, they weren't exactly cheering them on. And no car stands a chance against dozens of people lying in the street. This driver charged into the crowd with zero chill, but karma kicked in quickly, and they didn't get far at all. Managed to negotiate with the Just Stop Oil activists, and they let him drive through. Big thanks to them for allowing the use of public roads. Activists glued their hands to Ferrari sports cars at the Paris Auto Show to protest the use of fossil fuels. Who here feels more sorry for the cars than for anything else? Climate activist Greta Thunberg was arrested twice in one day during a protest in the Netherlands. But no worries, she's used to it. Both times she was released. This situation was even worse, considering the car involved was a police vehicle. Despite the chaos, the police still made sure no one got seriously hurt. Gotta give them that. But let's not forget, it's not just protesters causing mayhem. Some drivers seem to have recklessness on speed. Whether it's poor judgment, absent-minded mistakes, or outright stupidity, these drivers prove the road is full of surprises. Now, let's flip the script and see what happens when the tables are turned. This woman clearly isn't a fan of protests. Her actions say it all. An environmental activist blocked a Roman highway, stranding dozens of cars. But the drivers didn't wait around. They took matters into their own hands. Protesters in Jaipur torched a car for dramatic effect, but forgot to engage the handbrake, and off it rolled, ghost riding into the distance. This guy cruised right through, totally unfazed by the pleas to stop. Confidence or carelessness, you decide. Don't hold back. This reckless driver barreled ahead like the crowd wasn't even there. Luckily, no one ended up getting run over. There are two types of drivers when it comes to protests: the patient ones